Hey, Michelle Cederberg here with your weekly work-life recharge. When it comes to change, are you afraid of commitment? This morning, I was up at 4 a.m. Now, before you start thinking, wow, what a hard-working, committed person, let me make one thing crystal clear. It's not because I wanted to be. I woke up at 4 a.m. to go to the bathroom, and when I lay down to go back to sleep, my brain had other ideas. I know you've been there. It clicked on and started running through ideas, contemplating things. This morning, that thing was change, and why it's so hard even though we want what it brings. For instance, it's not like I haven't thought about getting up early to get a kickstart on my writing. All successful people get up early, right? It's just that I haven't yet made it a habit. But 4 a.m., I was thinking a more civilized 6 a.m. to give myself even 60 minutes of uninterrupted creative time before my husband gets up or the dog needs her morning walk. So this morning, in the dusky half-darkness of our room, I semi-illegibly scribbled down some thoughts and promptly fell back to sleep. When I woke at 7 a.m., okay, so I have some work to do on this early concept, I went downstairs, made myself a coffee and a piece of toast, and got to writing. Here's what I was thinking about at 4 a.m., and I sure hope it still makes sense. When it comes to change, most of us are afraid of commitment. We want what change can give us, but we aren't willing to commit the time it will take to get it. And we don't want to commit the energy we could use for other, simpler, easier, perhaps more fun tasks. And we're afraid we'll commit to the wrong thing. But change requires commitment. So somehow, if you want what's on the other side, something has to change. In my life, that change is around doing these videos, but it's also around writing book number 2, which is the next of my goals I want to kick into gear this year. The ideas are plentiful, but getting them out on paper is hard. Writing is not a natural thing for me, so I need to focus on first thing when I'm fresh. And I haven't been doing that. Now, I'll admit that my inability to commit to my AM writing routine has been less about writing and more because I was afraid I'd be too tired later in the day. Well, that and I love my bed. Sure, I could decide to sleep in, write later in the day, and not worry about those silly fears, but it hasn't been happening. Not only am I not writing, but the book ideas are waking me up at ridiculous hours, and guess what? I'm tired anyway. The thing about change is that it requires you to do something different. I want to start writing book number 2. I'm not making it happen later in the day, so my different is to get up earlier and make it the first thing I tackle every day, even for just 30 minutes. I can have a nap later if I need one. What's something that you want to change, and what do you need to do different? Think about it. Go back to your goals from the beginning of the year or to your work-life rethink from video 7. Choose your change, then follow this rule. Do something different enough that it matters, different enough that you feel it, and do it long enough to notice a difference. Commit to a week, a month, heck, a year, and stick to it. You want sustainable change? Commit. Do something different today, and then get up and do it again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next. Every effort you make will move you towards the change you desire, even the small efforts. So do something different and do it long enough to notice a difference. What is the change you're committing to, and what will you do different to get there? Post a comment below to declare your commitment, because sharing is a great way to be accountable, and then make that first difference today. Until next time, I'm Michelle Cederberg, reminding you that commitment is good. Now get out there and do the freaking work.